When we look at modern man, we have to face the fact that modern man suffers from a kind of poverty of the spirit, which stands in glaring contrast to his scientific and technological abundance. We've learned to fly the air like birds. We've learned to swim the seas like fish. And yet we haven't learned to walk the earth as brothers and sisters.
Nearly one child dies every 5 seconds from starvation. Yet, we throw away 1.3 billion tons of fresh food every year. That's enough food to feed the entire planet from our waste alone. The starving don't die from a lack of food in the world, let alone the lack of ability to make enough food. They die from a lack of access to food. We could easily feed the world with our current capabilities, from hydroponic vertical farms, which require no soil, and use 75 to 90% less water and nutrients. There is no reason why anyone should be deprived of these basic necessities of life. Meeting the needs of everyone is a social imperative for our successful coexistence on this planet, since some of the most desperate and despotic behavior emerges from an environment where one's survival, let alone their well-being, is not guaranteed. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, poverty is the worst form of violence. From the severe desperation experienced in the struggle for survival, to the mistrust and social manipulation from our competitive society, it is no wonder why the world is so maladjusted.
Modern psychology has a word that is probably used more than any other word in psychology. It is the word maladjusted. Maladjusted. Now, of course, we all want to live the well-adjusted life in order to avoid neurotic and schizophrenic personalities. But as I move toward my conclusion, I would like to say to you today, in a very honest manner, that there are some things in our society and some things in our world for which I'm proud to be maladjusted. And I call upon all men of goodwill to be maladjusted to these things until the good society is realized. I must honestly say to you that I never intend to adjust myself to racial segregation and discrimination. I never intend to adjust myself to religious bigotry. I never intend to adjust myself to economic conditions that will take necessities from the many to give luxuries to the few and leave millions of God's children smothering in an airtight cage of poverty in the midst of an affluent society.
If we would just work together, with the current state of technology, we could achieve an unprecedented quality of life, not just for a select few, but for everyone on the planet.